yet again. You're now drinking the wine of Zeus. We're gonna clear this up so we can you know what I'm saying, get the right context and start using our mentality. We're gonna start using our mentality, which is our logic. Okay. Please.
Daddy, you are me. This Thomas the Train, so you're gonna give me.
Okay. All right. I'm on the video. I'll talk to you a little bit later, buddy. You've been begging me to get him Thomas the Train. I'm cleaning my room, so excuse my room right now. But you know, so we just got to get into what a man is. So we getting the right mentality. You know what I'm saying, so we can know the difference. Male and female are very different from women and man. Before we start to get into any lost context, we need to know what the difference between what we're calling ourselves and why we start calling ourselves and why we start describing ourselves in certain ways. Okay. Now, these words were created in specific areas for a specific reason. They weren't created to mean the same thing. They mean distinctively two different things. You have male, which is the sexual orientation or gender of a spirit that is, because the spirit is no gender. Spirit is androgynous. But you have the male, which is the sexual orientation of the spirit that was birthed here with the male organ and things, so and male attributes. You know what I'm saying? Which would be like nipples, you know, all the things that comes with being a male, dicks, shit like that. You got female, and that would be the spirits that are birthed here with the sexual organ of the feminine principle. So that's the difference. That don't make them man or woman and things. Now we automatically describe or ascribe these attributes um to each gender because of we think somehow that we know the witchcraft or just the spells and the words and what they're being used for better than the people that created them. And so that's when you get into situations of, give me 1 second. I'm doing a video. What's up? I'm doing a video. I'm doing a video right now. I'll see you later. Okay, I'll clean up. So they like to come and interrupt me. Like as soon as they hear my whistle and stuff like that, they come in and do that. That's just what happens. Um, so you know now, yeah. So now we know the difference. You know, male and female. And let's get into man and woman. Now, like I said, man was not created to represent a sexual organ. So it was the attributes described of what um, people or things with masculine attributes played out or represented. It was given to the title to represent the masculine nature. So if something is masculine, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, that's what they were calling um, men. So you may be in more of your thought, your mentality, externalizing, you know what I'm saying, representing something external or information or pointing to something that represents you. You know what I'm saying? Now that could be your idea of yourself, you know, that can be your mentality, or whatever. But like I said, it was ascribed to men male specifically, because male were more on the scale of matching the male attribute. So when the male played out man attributes, it was more correlated to what the virtues of a masculine figure does. You get what I'm saying? Now, when a woman plays out, when a female plays out women virtues, is more correlated to the aspect of what a woman does. Now, male just means I'm sorry, man just means externalizing. Women means receiving. Man just means thought. Women just means feeling. So they're not necessarily talking about male or female. There's a difference. A male can a woman can try to take on man attributes, but when it comes to in the word and what they were describing, can you guys stop, please? Don't do that right now. When it comes to what a woman, and when it comes to a male playing on the attributes of, I'm sorry, they kind of threw me off. When it comes to a woman playing the attributes of a man, she can do that because for the most part, she has that energy. Now she can take it overboard and participate in that energy, and you know what I'm saying, and try to call herself a man, but she's only doing that based upon what mm, people that were spirits and bodies came to conclusion on what to call man attributes. You get what I'm saying? So it's only based upon a man. So you're trying to be a man. You know what I'm saying? Based upon how they wrote the context. You know what I'm saying? Now, whatever you come up with your own mind to it don't got nothing to do with the starting point of what they were trying to they wrote down. And that's why every time you see a man, or in old text, when you see a man or hear the word man, it's going to be tied to some type of masculine picture of a person that looks like a man. They wouldn't have tied that word to the male if that wasn't correlated with the natures of masculine. You get what I'm saying? Just as the female, just as the female. Give me 1 second. Sorry, man. I wish this live could be straight through and stuff. I kind of want to do it over and shit like that because I don't like it being interrupted. But this is what happens when you got what I'm saying, responsibilities and stuff like that. So y'all just seeing it as just another I'm just another person like y'all, just trying to take care of my responsibilities and stuff like that while trying to give y'all some knowledge and game and stuff like that. So like I said, male and man are not the same. You know what I'm saying? You could be a male and play out women attributes. You can be a male and play out man attributes. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to in the context of what a man is, it's always going to be backed and supported by a male in the masculine body playing out that energy, because that's how it was made up and things. Now, when y'all start rebelling against that and things, this is when y'all go against the church or whatever, because these is the people that ran the world and things, and they only give y'all, the tools of destructions to like destroy y'all self in some way, shape, or form. And these would be like whatever y'all got going on as far as validating whatever y'all think is right in y'all mind and stuff like that. And that's what create what we got right now is genocide and stuff like that, and people, you know what I'm saying, and those types of mindsets, but it's only like a killing for myself and others and not producing type of situation. Now, a woman can play out, a female can play out attributes of a man. A female can play out attributes of a woman and things, but it takes a woman to be a woman. So there's difference. So when we dealing with man and women, we're dealing with the more higher esoteric concepts of these energies that aren't biased to based upon whatever your sexual preference as a spirit in a body is. You know what I'm saying? Now you a spirit in a body and things, and you know you want to choose a sexual preference and stuff like that. You may just be catering to a specific type of you know a specific attribute more than one, but that don't make you a man or a woman. You know what I'm saying? To be a man, you have to carry out the attributes of a man, and to be a woman, you have to carry about the attributes of a woman. Now, on a percentage level, it don't matter how far or you go into that. You know what I'm saying? Far or less you go into that. It's all based upon you and stuff like that. But when you're not gonna be a man unless you're doing it in an aspect that it was created in. You know what I'm saying? That what everybody was observing to create it in. You know, so watch out for them getting y'all wanting to lie to themselves, to yourselves and shit like that. Um, because that can be very dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the context of just understanding words and not. So you might just be so just know the difference. That's all I'm just praising y'all to do. Because once we know the difference and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, we won't have too much confusion and things. You know, you will just understand that you may be a male, but you may not be being a man. You know what I'm saying? Or you may be a female, but you may not be being a woman. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. This ain't got nothing to do with this really don't got nothing to do with sexual preference either because we got women, we got female that have sexual preference and men that have a sexual preference of opposite gender, but they still play out attributes of the other and stuff like that. So that would be like a male that don't want to do anything for himself or don't got no ideas for himself and just want people to take care of him. He would be playing out woman attributes. You know what I'm saying? A man is going to have an idea and thought about himself that's going to take him out of the emotions and not being able to, see himself, which would be the masculine quality externalized. You know what I'm saying? A female will can play out more of the man attributes and things. You know what I'm saying? Externalize and you know what I'm saying? Whatever. It don't change the fact that when she go home at night and things of that nature, she want to be fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? She want to receive. You know what I'm saying? She tired of having to be play the masculine role. You know what I'm saying? So we got to know the difference first, and then once we get the difference, we can start. You know what I'm saying? Seeing where we're not applying what it was originally meant because that's everybody for everything. Yeah, everybody get we got free will. We got free. Yeah, the devil got free will too. That's what it talked about in the Bible and stuff. And to just be a demon, just to be non-interpretative. So like you kind of just against shit and like you kind of stuck in your own world and things and you trying to make whoever believe that to you to validate your own insecurity or your own internal harboring or whatever you got. But you know what I'm saying? That matters none. So, we got to know the difference between male and female, you know what I'm saying, which is sexual gender and man and women. And man is basically the attributes describe the masculine attributes described and given the title based upon regular I'm sorry, I just got thrown out. Based upon regular, this must be a conversation that a lot of people got a lot of energy into right now, and a lot of people got confused about and stuff like that. Because I'm trying to get it through, but it's like, you know what I'm saying, a lot of distractions going on and stuff like that. So I pay attention to things like that esoterically. But yeah. So this is was being described. So just now if you're falling too much on. Now if if you are a male and you like to be a man and you've fallen too much upon the feminine attribute of your feminine attribute, which would be your 40% feminine, and you would be 60% masculine for having a bodily organ, and that's flight boss knowledge, Uriel. And then you would be the that's for the women, you would be 60% feminine and 40% masculine. So now that when you're a man and you're falling under the feminine attribute, the woman attribute, and catering to those identities and stuff like that a little bit too much, you can start to um what's good Sulata, you can start to pay attention more to masculine things and like start dealing in that. If it's manifesting and you don't like it like that, that means you may be paying attention to trying to receive too much or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I need to understand and study like what a man is and what a man does, the energy of a man, and then so that way you can balance that percentage out. If you're a female and you're falling into much of the masculine, whether it's sexual or not, you know what I'm saying, you need to get more into the feminine qualities, which would be woman, and then you can start learning how to be in the receiving state more, so you won't be under, you know what I'm saying, the wrong interpretation, where you may be calling yourself a woman and things, but you just a female calling yourself a woman, but doing masculine things. I think so. Now, not I ain't saying this is everybody's fault why this is like this, but based upon the you know the who's not to be named, because I don't like saying they name like that. Based upon that, and them putting spells and out into the world, and it working not in our favor and shit like that, and based upon not knowing oral tradition, just as something as simple like this of what a man and a woman is, we'll grow up and start using it for our own bias and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So you'll call yourself a man, but you really male, playing out woman attributes. You know what I'm saying? And you're not a man. You know what I'm saying? You're a male. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to do more, just more of the internal work and stuff like that, and then you will learn how to balance your chakras and whatever, to the point where, at that point, you know what I'm saying, it's all up to you, and that's what demons hate, taking responsibility. You know what I'm saying? They hate taking responsibility for themselves. So anybody that try to run and hide is a spirit that don't like taking responsibility for themselves. Let me see if I can add this. Hold on. Start a poll. I don't want to do that. Share, save, I like. Oh, that's good, I guess. But yeah, I would like to. Give me 1 second. So man is the principle. Yeah, the principle of masculine attributes. So man is the principle of the virtues of masculinity. So the male, the masculine attributes would be like the things, like I said, creating ideas, creating ways to protect, creating, you know, guidance, fatherance. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit, direction, and shit like that. So let me read it again. Yeah. So being a man is the principle of masculine attributes being played out through spirits and male bodies to tie together the virtues of masculinity. They wouldn't call it that if it wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? And woman is the principles and attributes of feminine being played out by spirits and female bodies to tie together the virtues and principles of femininity. You know what I'm saying? So you got the male, then you got the idea of the male, which is the principle. Okay, if I'm a male, I'm gonna externalize this. And then you got why though, the virtues and principle. Because I'm stronger than her. Because I know how to do this more. Because I know how to think, you know what I'm saying, like a man. I know because I got a dick. You know what I'm saying? So that's the virtues and principles of it. But the principle of it is the masculine energy. The woman is the virtues and principles of femininity, you know what I'm saying, being played out in spirits and female bodies to tie together the virtues and principles of femininity. So, say if I was a female, I'm a female because I'm emotional. That's the virtues and principles. That's the principles I play out. Well, that's the principle of play out. I'm emotional. I can take care of stuff. I can make somebody feel comfortable. I can nurture. Um, you know what I'm saying? I can now. That's you just gonna do that based upon your organ, right? But once you do it for the virtue of being a woman and stuff like that, which would be the morality and stuff like that, because a man ain't gonna be able to do it like this because you know what I'm saying, he don't have these type of organs, he don't have these type of senses, he don't have these type of intuitions. That's when you tie it together and create a woman out of it. Other than that, you just male and female. They wouldn't have called it.
When you're done doing your live, can you call Jory?
Sure. Go in the front.
Okay.
Yeah, so they wouldn't have called it that. They wouldn't have called it that if it was just one or the other. You know what I'm saying? But because it's not one or the other and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? You know that why they call man a man for a reason. It's to tie together those virtues and principles that a man plays out. And then for a woman, it's the same way. So that's how you got to kind of decipher, you know what I'm saying? Okay, now you can understand I'm a male or a female and what one am I clinging to more? Am I being more in my woman energies or am I being more in my feminine, masculine energies? And with being able to see that and stuff like that, you know that the argument ain't with nobody else. You know what I'm saying? It's with yourself and things of that nature. So if you get upset for somebody not looking at you or you feeling an energy that you not like a man, you know what I'm saying, whether you're doing stuff sexually or you're not, you know what I'm saying, with other men, then you know you start to understand, okay, well, I might be catering more to the feminine attribute and stuff like that. So if you like a man, you not having sex with a woman, but like you always arguing with her and you can't get her shit together and you blaming her and you need her to protect you and stuff like that and all that shit and you ain't making sense of your life and you know what I'm saying, you know that's woman shit. You know what I'm saying? Woman supposed to sit back and be comfortable and and yell at the man and tell him to get his shit together. You know what I'm saying? And expect that to happen too. You know what I'm saying? You know, a man supposed to be able to get that done and express them and go for that shit and go for his idea and make it come true so he can feel comfortable, you know what I'm saying, at home. and shit like that with his feeling and stuff because he got more of the muscle. You know what I'm saying? More of the mind, more of the shit. Now, this is spiritual shit. So this is spiritual how to see this shit. Don't get you're not gonna be able to come into this mentality of circle with biases because it ain't gonna work. At the end of the day, that's how it was written with the definition in mind. So just like if you had a definition or a word that meant something and shit like that, and you put it out there, you know you got the intellectual property of it. Ain't nobody finna change that shit. How you created it. You know what I'm saying? So we're not gonna change men into a multi thing. No, it was written how it was written. You know what I'm saying? For a reason. And we're not gonna change women into a multi thing. It was written how it was written. Now, female and male, y'all can change whatever y'all want to. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to men gotta be men, we gotta look at the logic of things. You know what I'm saying? So we can feel comfortable with it. That's the feminine thing. And women have to feel comfortable with what's logic so it can be preserved or protected. All right? And that's how I go.